So to approve this drug, we did not require an RCT up front. Is that correct?
Well, the company did do randomized controlled trials, but they tested their new product, mNEXSpike, against their older product, Spikevax. And we at FDA felt that that was sufficient to allow this product to be available to the vulnerable people, older people, and high-risk people. But as we have said all along, and we're going to stick to, and they are going to fulfill their commitments, we want to see a randomized controlled trial of people between 50 and 64 who are healthy Americans to show me these vaccines are doing what we hope they're doing and what we think they might be doing, but we don't know for sure. And we want to see that in this age group where there's something what we call global equipoise, means that you look across all the countries in the world, people are genuinely unsure if the vaccines work in that age group. Some countries recommend it, some don't. We want to see proof that it works. And again, they're not going to go up against another Moderna product in this study. It's Moderna vaccine against a saline placebo. We're going to see all the adverse events in this study. We're going to see whether or not it helps people and what it does and whether or not it's working like we think it might be in 2025, you know?
I think a lot of people are going to be interested in the results of that trial because I think it's an honest unknown. It's a scientific unknown. And so when you get into that group that you described, the 50 to 65, I mean, France, you got to be 75 or 80 actually, France, 80 in France, 75 in the UK, or high risk. I think a lot of clinicians, a lot of moms, a lot of people out there in the world are wondering, does the risk-benefit ratio favor getting it at this point? So I think a lot of people are going to be interested in that results. I mean, let's be honest, the numbers suggest there's either a lot of skepticism, uncertainty, distrust, but 85% of healthcare workers did not get the last COVID shot.
That's right. And
somewhere between 12 and 14% of kids got the last COVID shot. So that means for 88% of parents, for 88% of kids, their parents said no thank you to the last COVID shot. So I think you're going to answer some really interesting questions.
Yeah, I think it's such a key study. And I think there's another misconception I want to clarify, which is people have said you at FDA are recommending the shot to high-risk people and older people. I want to be very clear. The FDA is not your doctor. We are not. We don't recommend shots to people. What we do is we make them available for patients to have a conversation with their doctor. But I can understand a 66-year-old who goes to see their doctor, and they may decide to do it or not do it. That's their medical decision. FDA is granting a marketing authorization for that, but we are not in the business of making recommendations. That's other agencies and other bodies. mNEXSpike is now available to 65 and up or people at high risk of COVID-19. They're going to run a randomized study in this population where we have genuine uncertainty, and the results of that study and other company studies will be available, I'm optimistic, by the planned dates by the spring and summer of 2026. And then the entire medical community is going to be able to look at those results, and our thinking will evolve. We will learn something that we have not learned in 4+ years, which is what are these vaccines doing in an elegant randomized control trial?